Hello, this is the CognitiveGamer, and right now I'm playing the Destiny beta. This is the new Bungie game coming out in September, but I was able to get, a little bit of a head start playing by having access to the beta by pre-ordering the game. So I'm going to give you my impressions so far. Right now, I'll be playing the free roam mode, which is kind of like Borderlands, where they just drop you into an area. There's missions for you to complete. One of the mission that I'm doing right now is actually a public event. So when you're playing free roam mode, random people actually jump into your game, and then any number of them can actually jump in. You've never met them before. It's kind of familiar to, Journey, when a random person just enters your game. From there, you have to work towards a common goal. So, what I'm going to go over while you're watching this is, what's kind of the basics of Destiny, what Destiny is, and how it kind of plays. So what Destiny is kind of, if you ever played Phantasy Star Online, which probably not a lot of you have, it's kind of like that, but with guns mixed, it's Halo, but mixed with Phantasy Star Online. You get together with a group of people that you've either met or never met before, and you go on missions and kind of complete them. Now, the shooting reminds me a lot of, specifically Halo 3, in fact. The movement, the jumps, feels very reminiscent to Halo 3. Not so much Reach, as the Reach kind of felt a little bit different. You felt a little bit lighter, and there's a multitude of different abilities. Here they kind of stripped that back, and they made it really more about everybody kind of being the same with very subtle abilities. For instance, I'm playing the Warlock class, which you've already seen. You throw a special type of grenade, which kind of makes a vortex that does continuous damage. Or my ultimate, which is I shoot a gigantic bolt of, I want to guess light, but I'm not quite sure. It's purple. The two other classes, which is going to be the Hunter and the Titan class, have different abilities as well. Oh, and the Warlock has like a force push that drains people and refills my grenade faster. So the Hunter class is kind of the sniper long-range class, and the Titan's kind of like get-in-the-face tank kind of class. So what I've noticed, the Warlock is mostly for taking out groups of enemies and groups for kind of crowd control, while the Titan is good for just mowing down general, enemies. And then the Hunter's been good for, of course, long distance. So the gunplay is broken down to like 3 different classes. You have your normal gun, which is the gun you kind of have pretty much unlimited ammo with. In this case, I'm using a gigantic handgun called the hand cannon. It's very powerful against one enemy, but not so good at taking out multiple. The next gun I have is the shotgun, which the shotgun feels exactly like the shotgun from the Halo series. It even looks exactly like it, as you'll see later in this video. The third weapon is kind of your special weapon. It's called a heavy weapon, which you need special ammo, which is actually really rare to come across. It's a very, very powerful gun that usually has some kind of attribute attached to it, fire, ice, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not quite entirely sure if some enemies are more effective against fire, or or if it's better for you to use ice or anything like that, but it seems to have some attributes that might happen and that might add a layer of strategy to the gunplay. As far as the story modes, they're pretty linear, but instead of having it just kind of be missions kind of like Borderlands, it seems to be more of a linear story similar to that of Halo. In fact, when you start a mission and story, you usually have to get to a certain area, and then you enter a no respawn zone, which definitely makes it feel like Halo. Here, when you're playing this public event, yeah, you can actually respawn. And the only kind of negative for dying is the respawn timer is going to grow. So as more people die, there's going to be less people trying to do the single target, so on and so forth. So far, I'm really enjoying the gameplay, I'm really enjoying the missions, and I like the story. I can see it having some potential, though it is very derivative. It's kind of this intergalactic push for the powerful sphere, aka Halo. And there's 2 aliens kind of fighting for it. There's the Fallen, aka the Covenant, and the Hive, aka the Flood, which are all, trying to get to the sphere, but the ones protecting it are the Guardians, aka Spartans. So the story itself is very Halo-esque, but I'm hoping that there's some twists and turns along the way. As far as free roam mode goes, the actual missions themselves are pretty, they all kind of boil down to kill X amount of enemies or kill X enemy, as in this one is kill a gigantic tank. Now what's cool about this one is a public event and it's random. The other ones you have to go to blinking green lights and actually activate, and then from there you have to complete the mission, but they're really, really simple and kind of boring. But either way, you're always grinding towards the next level, which grants you more abilities, which then you can use not only in a single player in the story, you can also use it in Strike, which is another mode where it's kind of like Raid if you play a Raid boss if you play MMOs, or you can actually bring it onto competitive as well. So far, I'm really, really, really enjoying the beta, and I'm very excited for the full-fledged game. That being said, I think Destiny is going to live or die by the amount of content available for this game.
Good work.
If there's not enough fun, why would I even want to play it? If there's not enough going on, why would you want to play it, say, a year from now? Though it seems Bungie has promised that there will be plenty of content to do in the near future. For that, I'm the Cognitive Gamer, signing off. This has been the Destiny beta. Please follow us on Grad Games on Facebook. Please subscribe to our channel. Please follow me on Twitter at CognitiveGamer, CognitiveGamer, all one word. And go out there and find your destiny. Oh, and you can also play with me if you'd like. It's the Archpope, THE-Archpope. Thank you.